Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us. So, on the weekend, I ran out of tea bags, and everybody knows I'm a big tea drinker, unfortunately. I love my tea. I love it in the morning, I love it in the evening, and even in the day. I love a good cup of tea. Everybody knows that I make it a certain way. My wife knows. She even got me a tea warmer as a present one time, which I'm still to use actually. And because I'm drinking a lot of tea, I'm just doing that, to be honest. And at the back of my mind, I know that maybe I shouldn't drink too much tea. And I know with certain things, we know what's inside it. But with tea, people don't tend to think about it. The caffeine, how that affects you, whether it's good for you. And so, I ran out of tea bags. And then I didn't end up drinking tea for the whole day. Then at the end of the day, I had a headache. And I thought to myself, why is it that I have to have a headache just because I haven't had tea? It's not been that long. So, at the end of the day, I still didn't have time to get some tea bags. I ended up having a cup of milk. And when I tasted this milk, it tasted like the ice cream from an ice cream van. It was so nice. And I couldn't believe how much I was able to taste because I hadn't drank tea. And I think it's directly related to that. And it tasted so good that I thought to myself, I need to stop drinking tea. And the next day, I did pick up some tea, but I didn't drink it. And you know what? My wife is going to be so surprised when she learns that I've stopped drinking tea, because that means I'm more productive. I can become a better person, and that's ultimately what I want. I want to be the best parent I can be, and if there's anything holding me back, like tea, it might not affect some of you, but for me, it does affect me. It slows me down. It makes me less productive. It makes me sluggish. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to be able to perform at my best for my children. I want to have energy. And I want to be alert and present with them so that when they're talking to me, I'm listening properly and engaging with them how I should. And if you're little bit lazy, then they're going to recognize that. They're going to think, Dad's a little bit lazy, and I don't want that to happen. So it's been about 5 days, say, and I've not drank tea, had the odd headache. So this is why I'm making more smoothies now. I hope you've managed to watch my other video about the family smoothie, but this is a slightly different one. I'm trying to put some different things in, like grapes and lime, and I just feel like it turns out nicer. So I'm going to make lots of this now, because to replace that tea, I want to have something else to drink. And the funny thing is, I went in the kitchen and my wife she sent my youngest into the kitchen to put the tea bag in my cup. And I haven't told her that I don't drink tea anymore. So I had to just pretend. I think I'll just leave it and see how long it takes for my wife to realise that I've stopped drinking tea. So thank you for joining us, and I hope, Oh, well done, well done. Good girl. Yeah, put it there. Thank you. Yes, so we'll see what she says when she finds out. So lastly, I just want to say, if there's anything that's holding you back from being the best version of yourself, then, that's something to think about, because nobody thinks that they're doing anything wrong. We just think that everything that we're doing is fine. Even for Muslims, yes, we fast in Ramadan and there are certain days we fast, but what happens after Ramadan? Are we looking after ourselves? Because right now, it feels like my body just feels so much more healthy. I feel more alive. I feel like my breathing is better because I've stopped drinking tea. And that's a huge, huge thing, to be able to function as a person and to feel strong and fit and ready. So the other thing is, I'm nearly 40. I know that from, we know that from the age of 40, that's where you're supposed to really be at your best. That's the time where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam became a prophet, even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that before. But that's where he received the first revelation, and he changed the world after that in a very, very small amount of time. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm 40. What changes am I going to make now? That how do I want to live the rest of my life? Is it going to be really productive or not? Is it going to be something to be proud of or not? Am I going to set a good example or a terrible example? So I'll leave that with you. Thank you for joining us once again, and I'll see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.